Hi kids, welcome to Peterborough Fire Services. I understand you're here for a tour of the fire hall today. So it's my job as Firefighter Dave to show you around what the trucks look like. I'll be including a couple of my friends. First of all, before we get going, can I have a show of hands? Who's been in a fire station before? I see some of you have and some of you haven't. So that's exciting. Let's go in. Come on with me. So you can hear the tones going, or the speaker system going off. If we have a real alarm, I'm going to ask everybody to step to the side, and the firefighters will come down the pole, they'll get on their gear, and the truck will head out. All right? So I'm really excited to be working with you today. Today I'm going to be introducing you to Pump1. This is a truck that's about 2 years old, and it's a really nice bright and black color on it. And I'm going to show you all the gear as well. We're going to have firefighter Laura show us what she puts on when she comes to your home or your school to help out. All right? Hey, so here we are in fire station number 1. We're here on the apparatus bay, and I'd like to introduce you to one of my colleagues.
Hi guys, my name's Laura. I've been a firefighter in Peterborough for 3 years or so. I'm on the back of the truck today, so I'm going to show you some of the gear that I'll put on.
So as Laura puts on her heavy set of steel toe boots, as well as the bunker pants and the jacket, it's essentially like a snowsuit. It's very thick and bulky, but it protects her from the high heat that she'll be facing when she and her team are going into a fire. It's also abrasion resistant, which means that it's hard to cut the fabric in case she was ever at a car accident. She doesn't want to brush up against some sharp metal and have her pants cut. So now she's putting on her flash hood, which is an extra protection to keep her hair and her skin protected in high heats. As far as the jacket goes, and the pants and the boot and the helmet, this comes in at about 30 pounds. So that would be kind of like your mom or dad carrying you with carrying an extra person on them. So now she's ready to put on her backpack. So this air pack gives Laura and her team members a chance to breathe fresh air when she goes into a home or into a place that's full of smoke and can harm her lungs. This extra pack adds 30 more pounds to her firefighting bunker gear.
Okay, so now I'm putting on my mask here, which might look kind of funny. So when you're putting on this mask, you have to make sure you do it up nice and tight, and you have to check to make sure you have a good seal around the mask so that no smoke is going to come in. And I'm not going to breathe that in. I'm going to pull my hood up over here, make sure I don't have any skin or anything showing. My helmet on.
So with all this extra gear to protect her and the rest of her team from that high heat and all the rough and tumble things that can happen inside a home, it's really important. Now she's carrying 60 pounds of gear. It's really important that she is fit and that she's able to be comfortable wearing a mask and not feel like she's claustrophobic. So when she comes to your home to help out, you also need to recognize it's just firefighter Laura coming to help.
Okay, now we'll go on air here. You hear me now every time I take a breath. I kind of sound like Darth Vader. Every time I inhale, I'm breathing the air in this compressed tank instead of breathing in the smoke in the atmosphere. Now I've got my gloves on. I'm ready to go.
That's great, Laura. Thanks. All right, let's move on to the next area. So like I was saying, this is Pump 1. And every truck in the city of Peterborough that looks like this has the same setup. There's 4 people that ride on it. There's the driver, there's the captain, and then there's 2 firefighters on the back. Come on, let me show you. So the firefighters will ride in these back seats, and we're gonna come back and I'll show you about what it looks like inside. For now, let me show you over here. All these fancy gauges and all these levers are things that help us control how much water comes out. If you think about the garden hose that you've played with before, water comes out either slow or fast. And this pump panel or this fancy set of gauges allow us to set if we're getting a little bit of water or a lot of water at a fire, or if we need water to come out slowly or we need water to come out fast. And that's these controls feed us water out of these hoses, either the small ones or the big ones. And if you step over here, I'll show you why we call this a big toolbox. This is a big red toolbox because everything that we have is on the shelves helps us do our job. And it could be something as simple as a spare nozzle. For your moms and dads at home, this is called a 65mm pistol grip nozzle. And that's what opens the water and that's what closes it. And this, just like your garden hose, changes what the shape of the water looks like. Either it's a nice straight stream or it's a nice big fog or a wide angle. We have big nozzles, we have small nozzles, and we also have specialty nozzles. Lots of different parts to push water and help us fight fires in this cabinet, right down to the simple water gun that we use for forest fires or grass fires. And Laura, could you tell us about this?
Yeah, so this is our chainsaw here that we carry on the truck. So a lot of times we'll use this, sometimes if we have to go on the roof of a house that's on fire and it's full of smoke, we'll cut a hole in the roof to vent some of the smoke out of the house. We'll use this chainsaw to do that.
So earlier we were talking about how the toolbox has a pool on the inside and tools on the outside. So an example of that, come on up kids. This is where our pool is stored behind this wall. And we are very careful about how we use we put extra things around it. So here are some extra air cylinders, like you saw Laura wearing. So if we needed some spare air or fresh air, when we're at somebody's house, we have extra bottles. And then we have extra tools on the outside of the pool, like this ladder. And we have different ladders that we use to climb up onto people's houses or into their buildings, so that we can, like Laura mentioned, if we had to do some work on the roof, we can do that safely. Hey, are you having a good time at this tour today? Good stuff. Let me show you some other cabinets. Now look, some of these cabinets have lots of stuff on them. Not that interesting, but the really cool stuff is down in this far cabinet right here. This is called the jaws. These are a big set of scissors that we use to cut people out of cars or whenever there's a lot of steel that's being crushed and we have to get into it. So an example would be, I would twist this handle and these jaws open up, and then we put them on a piece of metal, and then we turn the handle and the jaws close around the metal. They're super strong. Okay. So now that we've had a look at all the tools that are wrapped around on the outside of the pool, and we understand how this is a rolling toolbox, let's go see where everybody sits.
Hey guys, so this is where I would be sitting if we're on our way to a feed. Stop laughing!
Emergency.
Yeah. Hey guys, so where I'm sitting right now is where I would sit if we're on our way to a structure fire or a call where there's alarms going off. So right here is this pack that I had on earlier with all of my gear on. So I would sit here and put this pack on, kind of like you put your school backpack on when you go to school. And I would sit here and then put my seatbelt on until we get to the call, okay? And then when I come out, this pack comes off with me. I also want to grab a couple other important things. This is our portable radio. It's like a walkie-talkie that you guys probably used before. So this is so I can stay in communication with my captain and my other crew members. And I'd always grab a flashlight as well to attach to our jacket, just so we see things when it gets really dark in there.
So this is Firefighter Ian, and let's see what he has to say about what captains do.
Hi everyone. Well, as a captain, I'm in charge of everybody on the truck this particular shift. So just like you guys at home, before we travel anywhere, we want to make sure that we've got our seatbelts on for safety. And on the way to a call, we want to stay in communication with our other trucks and other firefighters on the road with our microphone. So guys, up until this point, we've talked about the things that we do. Now it's something that you can do at home. It's law to have a working smoke alarm on every level of your home. So when you get home tonight, ask mom and dad or another elder person in the home to test your smoke alarms and make sure there is one on every floor. And it's as easy as just pushing this button. So boys and girls, when you hear that at home, now's the time to execute your fire safety plan. Make sure you get out of the home and get to a safe location with all of your family members. Remember, do not go back in for any reason.
Well, kids, it's been great having you here. Thanks so much for coming to visit us at Peterborough Fire Station number 1.
It's a lot of fun having you here today.
Remember, test those smoke alarms.
Right on. Bye for now. Take care.